Right now, we are looking at Retatrutide, the difference between glucagon and the other earlier acting GLP-1s is this additional receptor.
What are your thoughts around the affordability of this and the accessibility of this peptide, or do you even know?
I think it's
This is the topic that everybody wants to hear about right now. First, we had semaglutide. It targeted the GLP-1 receptor, and the weight loss was like we've never seen before. Then we had tirzepatide. It targeted the GLP and the GIP, and somehow had less side effects than what we saw with semaglutide. Now we have retatrutide, which targets the GLP, the GIP, and the glucagon receptors.
Yeah, and it's not going to stop there. There's phase 1 going on right now, trials of this quad receptor. So this science of GLP-1s is going to continue to move in the direction, and I love it. I love it. The ingenuity and what they're going to find and what they're going to figure out is amazing. And GLP-1s really are revolutionizing the space of overall health, not just, literally almost all health. I think in the next 10 years, we're going to see so many different conditions where GLP-1s are going to be considered the first line of treatment or part of a comprehensive protocol. Right now, we are looking at Retatrutide, the triple G. And the thing about the difference between glucagon and the other earlier acting GLP-1s is this additional receptor. Semaglutide is your GLP-1, tirzepatide opens up the GIP. Now, for GLP and GIP, they're pretty similar. So you don't get a huge difference between what's happening. Couple subtle differences. One cool aspect of tirzepatide, and this was actually more recent research looking at fat cells. Specifically, there are GIP receptors on the surface of fat cells, which there are no GLP-1 receptors. Therefore, there are activation on these surfaces of these fat cells, and that leads to more fatty mobilization. And that's probably why tirzepatide has better results. Now, retatrutide, the third receptor that it's hitting is very different. And so we have to understand that it's not the same sort of transition that we noticed from sema to TERS. From TERS to reta, it's a little bit different. We are incorporating the glucagon receptor. And glucagon is kind of like, and I know we'll get more into it later, so it's like the Lex Luthor to Superman here, being insulin.
Looking at specifically the mechanism of action and why you believe that there's going to be more efficacy in retatrutide, in more practical terms, what types of results do you see that are going to be enhanced with retatrutide as opposed to the other GLPs?
I think we're going to see better fat loss and we're going to see better muscle protection. The weight loss from tirzepatide is already great. Are we going to see more pounds off the scale? Probably, but I think we're going